Subscribe for your girl Obico.
The day started with Isabella shading Joanna, saying that you wanted me out. It is you and your makeup that exited the show. Clock it. Jason J busy on wager with props, with directing and writing script at the same time, with help coming through from Emisi with the props and also acting. She talked about her story, not just her. You also have a conversation where Mide feels her story would do the do, narrating how she got assaulted by a couple of girls prior to auditioning for Big Brother season 10, and she got beaten up for real by those girls. And you have in the kitchen early morning, of course, just 48 hours ago, Isabella had said, "Coin, don't talk to me for the next 4 days." Boy said, "Why?" Girl said, "It is what it is, nothing much. How will I eat?" She says, "You survive." So the whole dynamics of we are together, the next thing we beefing each other, they are doing it with full force, not talking to each other this morning after hanging out last night. Your face with your beautiful portraits given to them by Biggie, and they doing replicas. Big conversation here and there as they busy on their portraits. You have the day realizing that Mensa don't they write his initials on their painting and went like, "This is for our group. Why they carry only your name for dear now?" She said, "Make I drop my name too." You have Jetta looking at Konyi because Konyi is looking funny around her and went like, "Are you pissed off with me or something? Could it be because of what happened with me and Rude Boy?" So in an interview, you have your face, Joanna Culture Telma Bright asked, who is the least cooperative housemate when it comes to tax? They agreed it is Emisi. That one would make it difficult for you because she needs her own highlight when people are busy planning tax. You have Culture receiving his first cash amount. For sure. I'm waiting for it. Biggie's phone is ringing. For the second time, Koyin goes picking it, and he has accepted a treat for himself and the fellow housemate to get a nice haircut and some styling done. And guess the cost? 1 million naira. He says, "I accept though." Biggie don't punish Jetta. So as much as this season has been a lot, it's been fun, so Biggie has been lenient, not punishing your face so that they will not coil. But we can't drama na this. Your bestie, you carry food for him face. What sort of rubbish na this now? So she got 2 strikes. Any other season, there is a straight eviction with her losing all her tax wins. But this is season 10, y'all. So she gets strike, double, and Biggie told all housemates to refrain from self-inflicted wounds, over-instigating, and doing things that are not good. Later, you have Rude Boy approaching her, checking on her. She says she's okay. Once again, she is sorry. Hello, fam. Welcome to VanperpyGold. Thank you so much for clicking that one or two. Which ship do you think will survive the show? You have Joanna saying that will be me, the bright ship. I concur, I support. The funniest housemate, she thinks it will be Rude Boy Culture. Her best friend, she thinks it will be Faith. What is the funniest thing you got yourself involved in, or something that people did or said to you that kind of felt like, yeah? She said, "I don't know. I don't recall. Okay, there was these days some people they dragged me. Apparently, I sat on a guy and they perceived it is dear guy." So more like she sat on Jason J, and there is this perception that Jason J is for Sultana. This interviewer is asking her, mainstream liked your dynamics with Jason J, the way you dance from day one. But as the weeks progressed, you seem to be creating impression that Jason J had done you wrong, following the day, talk bad about him, and people were beginning to have a switch off with liking you to some extent. What is your take on it? Why were you doing that? Did he do something to you off camera? Girl said no. She thinks Jason J got closer to her to piss off Day Day because those two have chemistry. The interviewer being like, "Are you sure?" Because Jason J started bonding with you week 1 when you had not noticed Day Day. Girl said, "Really? Oh, okay. Then we just danced. It was too early for me to notice him. It was weeks later that he told me he had told Biggie he wanted to know me." The interviewer said, "But don't you think he had thoughts of you to want to dance with you from week 1? Because men don't do things out of the blue. Girl says she never thought about it that way. She kind of felt Jason J wanted to use her for his game. Then it even went like, are you sure? If there was somebody who wanted to use you, do you think it would be a guy or a lady you go closer to? Whatever the situation is, she feels Jason J communicated mixed signals and was not so clear for her to know what was what and what was not what. So at the end of the day, she was not doing follow. She was not a puppet for Day. She was not a pawn in Day's game, neither a pawn in Jason J's game, though she perceived it was Jason who wanted to use her. Why would she have this observation? Because Day kept telling her, don't get fooled by that one. So it was more like she was conscientized by Day unconsciously to feel, don't overdo it with Jason, you'll be a pawn in his game. But indirectly, it was Day trying to find info from her to make her rather a pawn in her game, having her as a friend. At the end of the day, it's use me, I use you, man no go vex. Is it not a game house again? I like their dynamics. I'm hoping she gets to watch videos. If the friendship is supposed to try push her, why not? If she want to abstain, why not? It's not like they knew themselves from Adam. In the same interview, Bright is asked, what is your relationship with Jason J? Boy said, oh, we're just acquaintances. You have the host say that, oh, I see. Do you know he considered you as a friend? Boy said, I considered him likewise. The host said, it doesn't seem so. What is your take of his relationship with your woman, Midi, their friendship? Boy said, that friendship, I don't know. I kind of felt he was acting for camera sometimes, like doing something just to poke me. There was this day, he got out of the pool, just saw Midi, and placed his necklace on Midi. He was even finding it difficult to clack it behind her neck and overstaying around her. I'm like, I didn't even understand, and I had qualms with Mide afterwards. Like, if you wanted Mide to hold your necklace, you just say, hold it for me. I didn't understand why he had to put it on her neck. Then the host said, you seem not to like him, because if they are friends, he doesn't need permission to do whatever he wants to do with Mide as friends. It wasn't sexual. You have him saying that I felt somehow that one is too much in the house. So one thing is, Bride does not hide. He does not like JCJ. He don't say that Jason or whatever he calls himself. Them call him Aboki Ashi. Bride feels he's a fine boy, that kind, and he is. And there is more to life than fine boy. He got attitude, sha, and Pusho is Bride's show. Pusho don't play. Bride and his girlfriend. Bride is taking off his tattoo, and it explains it, and he's videoing it and putting it on socials, that kind thing. And you have his girlfriend busy on IG posting paragraphs upon paragraphs. The coming days go days so sure, but the surprise here is why he didn't continue with the conversation. Mide was clear that she requested for it, and she felt it was nice. So she told Jason was in the pool, so when he got out, he honored the thing that girl wanted. Why? Because they had conversation earlier that it will be used for props. And Mide kind of felt, your necklace will suit me for the props. That is the wager. And later the girl narrated all these things to him. I don't know why he's painting that picture. But Bride gotta be Bride to be messy on the street. It is time for rehearsals for wager. Of course, Faith has decided to sit out and not even talk till he exits the show, so he says. So he's just quiet. Once in a while, he will talk to Mensa, to Day, to Jason. The rest of the housemates have not seen him talk to them like that. Maybe camera is missing. He's just there, his group, they are rehearsing, they're doing well. The Jason J's team equally calm, they're rehearsing, they're doing well. Your face proceed to get something to eat, with Mide cooking for her circle of friends, asking Day, is the protein enough? It's finally wager. Beautiful display of performances from both teams. So it is a short drama with some low-key runway display of designer wears, then also artifacts like crafts, the arts that they've done. Basically, that is it. And they both did well. I think Team Outcast did better. At the end of the day, Biggie let them win the wager. They won wager. Biggie has accolades for Missy for being exceptional with her craft. to Coin for being exceptionally well, and also applauding him for last week that he applauded him in the diary room, and he wants to do it officially, saying that you did well last week during the wager. Applauding Faith for he low-key want to tell Faith that you are really the life that sustains the house, a housemate that has not lost wager, and that basically it. More like you are the man that you think you are, and some housemates are choking on this because but you know this is a game. As much as housemates are playing their game, Biggie is also playing his game. Biggie is telling JCJ that he personalized the story and made it about himself, but I also heard him say that Missie's story was well said. Anyway, he congratulated Mensa. He kind of congratulated Jason J to some extent. But it's a day where you would feel Biggie will have more to say than what he said. But it makes sense, right? How do I say it? You see the thing where people do not want to hide your shine, but they don't want people to see you coming. But it could be hurtful sometimes if you are the target. But you need to be discerning enough to know that you are not heated on the street like that. So Biggie mostly would want to tell Jason, you did well in the diary room. Then he would say thank you, rather than telling him you did well in the open. For this wager that others received accolade, with him receiving a little not certain accolade, he is the script writer, the composer, the props director. He came up with the song, the drama play, and the poem. Of course, you cannot ignore the individual talent that supported him. That is Emisi Mide, Coin, and the rest of the crew. They all brought up ideas for him to tailor it to get the performance they got. And it could be hard on the street, especially when you're feeling, why everybody receiving applause and me, I'm not. But that is what happened. They are not the only people playing the game. Biggie is equally playing the game, and I think Biggie has chosen Jason J as the target to play the game around him, more like tickle his fantasy. To him, he could be strengthening him, but to the young man, he might feel, am I not doing enough, or I'm hated? Since he has decided not to also communicate how he feels, we all do not know. He's moody, but fortunately, he was moody before the wager, so it's difficult to tell which is which. They won the wager. Congratulations to housemate. To those who received applause, that is Faith, Emisi, Coin, Mensa, Jason J, and to all housemates. Don't get it twisted. At the end of the day, what matters is wager is won. They go to the house and you have the phone ringing, caller goes closer. Now they don't fear the phone call because and he is to have a manicure pedicure for 1 million naira. It will be deducted from the prize money. Boy, well, Biggie, I know they want to. The money should be intact. I'm like, boy, if you knew you're not winning, you should have gone in for it. Internet people perceive they're waiting for Jason to pick to send him home. Not that they hate him, but for the dynamics of the game. He's low-key not talking to Sultana, though he's congratulated her for her effort. And you have Dede earlier asking the missing, what's your name again? He said, are you Morpheus, Tetanus? Girl said, my name is Tamola. Dede said, wow, Tamola, it sounds really cute. It's an Yoruba name. What does it mean? Girl said, who knows tomorrow? Aww. It is chosen Biggie's house with Kola being affectionate towards Dede. I have just one woman in here. She's slim, thick. She's sexy and gorgeous. She's not just for me because after the show, she'll return to her owner. Dede said, oh, you're such a good take. Thank you for taking care of me. You said slim, thick? Let me turn and check. Am I slim, thick? And they blushed. You have Dede looking for Koyin, saying that he has taken her egg and he should bring it. And boy saying he won't, girl saying that I will do some to you. The two are back to cat and mouse, Tom and Jerry, kind and beautiful, watching their dynamics running around the house. It's pool party with Isabella. Your face have agreed. They're looking late. They are there. Jason is still indoor. I don't know. And you have Mensa telling Sultana, call Jason. Sultana knows Sam Mensa, so she didn't mind him. You have Faith finally coming around, and Mensa be like, whatever demon they possess this brother for here, I cast you out. And the housemates were like, amen. They smiled, he smiled, and they began splashing water on came. You have a Missy making an appearance, first time being in a proper bikini, and they being like, yeah, Mensa went like them no reach. She acting feeling shy. Jason comes in with and rope, and you have housemaid being like, oh god director, finally, oh yeah. You have the day officially initiating a game. Jason swimming, Coin, they are all in the pool, y'all. Missy, and little questions here and there. Later, you have Jason getting off the pool with the truth and dare game going on to go be with Sultana. Sultana forming attitude and acting up. Jason saying that you cannot be my person and act anyhow. When you know I was the director, I don't know what was going through your mind. You act funny sometimes, and I don't get it. And he is not happy with something Sultana might have done, whether he's beginning to realize she did it consciously to sabotage him, or she just want to be playful around him. But one thing is sure, when it comes to Jason J's work ethics, if you are enemies, you'll be friends for that tax. If you are lovers, he knows from you. So I don't know what actually happened. So with the house outside doing the needful, Isabella asks for it. Sultana is not there. So Jason goes over, right? And girl is saying, I don't know. You made noodles for yourself. I'm also cooking some chicken soup for myself. Talking about the chicken soup. The chicken is still there for water. It's frozen, but the soup is almost done. And boy said, but you're supposed to be the HOH. And she said, but I need to get something to eat. She's kind of pissed off, like that back and forth. And Jason being like, if you pissed off because of what happened earlier, you have girls saying that, stop shouting at me. Boys, I'm not shouting. You are not listening. You don't want me to talk. You just talking. I've been here. You just talking. And she kept talking. So boy just said, sorry if you think I shouted at you. And he left. You have the day with moisturizer. So moisturizing Cole's face. Jason J. Cole went moisturizing. You go outside. Isabella waiting for a missing. Koyin goes over. Girl, I don't know whether she's sleeping, but she's not. Boy keep pacing, going back and forth, and he went back inside. Adios.